And we are live. What's good, y'all? It's your man DL Saint. How y'all doing? I know. This is not the scheduled time, but I forgot my daughter has a recital today, and I have to be there for the recital. Y'all know my baby plays the trombone, so I got to be there for that. So I'm just gonna jump on real quick, re- and shout out to my little girl for playing the trombone. I gotta give her that. Gotta give her that. Gotta give her that. You know what I mean? So real quick, I just wanted to jump on. You guys know I've been itching to talk about politics. So here we are. Welcome to Downrange Podcast. Y'all know how we getting down. We're gonna talk a little politics today. I know tomorrow Jay Swan's not gonna be talking some sci-fi stuff. We're gonna be talking about Picard season 3. That thumbnail's already out. Be ready for that show. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, but today we're gonna talk real quick. Literally, I'm only gonna be in here for like 15, 20 minutes because we gotta go here in a little bit. Gotta get my baby to the school so she can perform. But I wanted to talk about Donald Trump and Joe Biden and the race for the presidency of the United States. It's gonna be crazy. Sister Candace in the house. What's good, sis? How you feeling? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I know I'm outside the scheduled time. I'm an hour early, but I just had to get this in real quick because I'm gonna be listening to a bunch of middle schoolers playing music. Yeah, that's gonna be something. That's going to be something. And my baby jumped into the car. She was like, "Papa, we sound terrible." I'm like, "Oh, that's the wrong attitude to have." But anyway, let's get to it. Let's get right to it. Um, y'all know I love breaking points. Crystal and Cigar were talking about this already with Trump, and I'm telling you, we got to check this out, y'all. Apparently, Americans don't want Donald Trump or Joe Biden uh, in the White House. They don't want him in the race. I know I don't want Joe Biden in the mix. I just don't. Trump probably going to be sitting down in New York because this case is not. I mean, this case is something. I thought it was a waste of time, but apparently it's grounded in New York state law. So he might have to sit down for a little bit. And I've been talking to my legal friends, and I'm like, all they're gonna do is put him on a box, make him sit in Trump Towers. They're like, nah, bro, they're gonna put him in an institution. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll save that for another episode. I don't know how that's going to work. How do you lock up a former president? You gonna lock him up with Secret Service? I don't know how that works. Um, but none of that'll stop him from running. We know Trump is gonna run. There's nothing gonna stop him from that. Biden, I hope he doesn't run. You look at DeSantis. DeSantis got some problems already. Trump's already been beating him up pretty bad. And then you look at what's brewing down here in Florida. I don't think DeSantis is going to take a run. He's got he's got problems down here in Florida, y'all. Y'all have no idea what's going on down here in Florida, but you will soon. And the entire country is going to be looking at a shift in the financial markets, in the real estate markets, in the commercial real estate markets, especially. I was listening to George Gammon today, and George Gammon was talking about uh, there's another bank just teetering on collapse, and that was First Republic. First Republic is still in trouble. Going back to the Silvergate, Silicon Valley, and Signature, and was it Signature? Yeah, Silicon Valley, Signature, and First Republic. Well, they're still having trouble. I'll talk about that probably tomorrow in a short. So there's a lot going on, y'all. There is a lot going on. Um, Sister Candace, apparently 45 has a great case in court right now, or starting very shortly. I didn't know about that. That's crazy. Brother Knightish is in the house. What's good, fam? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got sis in the building. Lady Navoa is in the house. What's good, love? What's good? How you feeling? Good to see you. I'm glad you here. Have no fear, lady. Lady Novoa is here. That's how she getting down, y'all. So yeah, there's I didn't know that thing about a grape allegation. It is what it is. I don't know what state jurisdiction, but yeah, that's gonna be a problem too. That's just add that on to the list of other people waiting to get at Trump. Um, like I said, so DeSantis, there's talk of someone out of Rhode Island that might be the black horse that just comes from out of nowhere for the Republican Party. I'm trying to get some more information on this guy. So stay with, hey y'all, stay with me. We're gonna hit it hard over the next few weeks and next few months with respect to what's going on in politics. So we're gonna be hitting Downrange Podcast pretty hard, y'all. You know what I mean? Lady Novoa, nope, don't want either to run. Correct. Hello, yeah. So let's get into it. What they're talking about here on Breaking Points, they got some pretty good numbers. And again, this is going to be a quick show, guys, because I got to get, got to get my baby to the school so she could play her trombone. So let's get into it.
Go ahead and put this up on the screen. This is A6. If you put Biden up against generic Republicans, so you just ask, okay, whoever the eventual Republican nominee is, but you're not asking specifically Trump or specifically DeSantis, the Republican nominee has a pretty significant edge here. You've got Biden at 41, and you've got 47% for that generic Republican. Now, most of the head-to-heads that I've seen, both between Biden and DeSantis and Biden and Trump, have been quite close. Some of them have gone, I think DeSantis more consistently has a bit of a lead over Biden. With Trump, Biden tends to have a bit of a lead over Trump. But this is very much a jump ball. And what it may come down to is, just like last time around, the people who don't like either candidate, they don't like Biden and they don't like Trump, who do they decide to hold their nose and vote for? Last time, that group, which was a sizable group and is going to be probably an even larger group this time around, last time the majority of them went with Biden. So will that be the dynamic that ultimately wins him the reelection?
Man, I hope not. I hope it doesn't boil down to those two. I really do. I really think Biden should step aside. But the problem is, who on the Democrat side could step up? Because there are not a lot of good choices out there. People talk about Newsom. No, we don't want him. Look at California, man. We don't want that dude. Who else is out there? Like who would be a valid candidate? I can't think of any. What Democrat would you want? There's a lot of people talking about Michelle Obama. She don't want the smoke. She don't want to deal with that. It's just the 2 terms she had with her husband just about wrecked her family. She doesn't want to deal with that. I can't think of any Democrats just off the top of my head that would want it. I mean, who? I don't know. You know what I mean? I have to sit down and think about it. This is just crazy, y'all. Just crazy time. Who would run if Biden didn't run? Certainly Kamala Harris. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, she's not liked at all. The Dems don't like her. Republicans can't stand her. But if it did come down to Biden and Trump, because Trump's on the ticket, that would, and let's put all the legal issues aside for a moment. Let's just park all that over there. Let's just say we ain't worried, we're not worried about what happens in the court of law reference Trump. But let's say that Trump and Biden are running for president. It doesn't matter who's below on the, below the ticket, just those two at the top of the ticket. Trump brings out the extreme left. The extreme left comes out. So this voter turnout is gonna be really high. And historically, when there's a high voter turnout, that benefits the Democrats. That's how Biden won last time. I would imagine the same thing will happen this time. And then on the Republican side, the Republican Party is slowly imploding on itself. So you have the Trumpers, and then you have like the old school, the real GOP guys. Then you have the money people. The GOP, the original GOP, like the politicians over there on the Republican side, the big donors, and those people, the old school Republicans, they don't like Trump. They've been backing away from Trump. He's losing conservative media. He's losing talk show people. Look at what Fox is doing. Fox is revamping. So, Sean Hannity is not going to back him. Tucker Carlson is gone. It's a mess on the Republican side. So there's not even enough organization to get behind Trump. So I think that a lot of Republicans would just stay home and not even vote. Again, the Democrats will win. A lot of people were excited about DeSantis, but that's not going to work. DeSantis has some issues. Forget about going through a primary process with Trump, who is absolutely going to destroy him if that happens. But what's going on in Florida right now? Education, crazy. What's going on with housing and the housing, the mortgage market, the credit crunch is going to hit Florida hard. People's value in homes are already starting to turn here, here in the Tampa area. The values is, starting to come down. People can't get loans. Teachers are leaving in droves. So like education is like really bad down here. And then this bill he just signed with, this constitutional carry, law enforcement doesn't even like that. Those are just a few things that's going on. The whole Disney debacle. DeSantis is pretty much out of the picture. So there were a lot of people who were like really keen on DeSantis. And now they're like, what do? We don't want to deal with this Trump guy. They've already come out against Trump. It's crazy. So I don't know. I really don't want 4 more years of Biden. Even though my man Jay Swan says, and not just Jay Swan's, but if you look at what Biden has done, I guess there's, he hasn't really done too bad. I haven't really been watching his administration. I just hear the talking points when it comes to guns and some other stuff out there that I'm not keen on. But overall, I guess they're saying he hasn't really done a bad thing. I mean, you look at Afghanistan again, pulling out of Afghanistan. He didn't start that, but he could have definitely taken over and made sure that we came out properly. We didn't. Look at all the money that's going into Ukraine. I understand, we're fighting the Russians via a proxy war. I get that, but still, that's a lot of money. You look at what's going on with Saudi working with China, trying to destroy the petrodollar. I'm not sure what the administration is doing about that. I mean, there's a lot of questions I got for this current administration. Lady Novoa, I did, Deacon. I hit, I guess you're talking about the like button. Hey, y'all got that like? Yeah, please hit that like. We got my brother up in the house, man. Jay Swan's in this piece. What's good? Chris Sununu. Okay, Chris Sununu, governor, Republican, New Hampshire, dark horse Kennedy. That's him. Okay, we're going to look at Sununu. He sounds familiar. He's been around a while. This is an old school politician. He's been around a while. Definitely going to look into that. So there you go. In this particular race, this might be Sununu's race. He might be the dude. Just going in on the Republican side. If you get someone like, again, I like Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley. I can think of half a dozen Republicans I wouldn't mind see run. I could think of half a dozen, but I can't think of any Democrats. I can't think of any Democrats that I would say, yeah, I hope that person runs, which is crazy. That's something. Hey, that's something to think about, y'all. That's something to think about. So let's get back to the video.
Just to underscore this, put this next piece up on the screen, A7. 60% of respondents here say they do not think Donald Trump should run for president, and 70% do not think Joe Biden should run for president. So comparatively, I guess Trump is doing a little bit better on this metric, but not an impressive showing for either one of these candidates. Majority of the public really wishes we could move on from these two dudes, but apparently that's not the direction we're headed in. And finally, as I just said, in terms of the head-to-head matchups, put this up on the screen. Ron DeSantis, in the average of polls here from Real Clear Politics, has about a 2-point lead over Joe Biden. I looked at the Trump versus Biden head-to-head overall, and it was actually less different than I expected. Trump was leading Biden in this average of polls by 1.3, so 1.9% for DeSantis, 1.3% for Trump. In any case, even though there is much hatred towards Trump, much dissatisfaction towards Biden, this is likely to be a very close race. Ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
man, that's scary. If Trump gets there, if he takes the Republican nomination, which if he gets into it, I don't think there's a Republican out there who can withstand a primary challenge from Trump. I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know much about Sununu. We have to, like his name sounds familiar. I have to get into that. And I'm pretty sure there are others out there, but it's just the mudslinging at that level, having to, cater to the base, which is so far right, and then try to pivot when it's time for the national election. You just giving the other side all the video clips you need for your campaign commercials and stuff like that. I don't know. I think Republicans need to get together. The Dems need to find someone in their camp that could make a decent run. My guy Jay Swans was saying this might be the year for Andrew Yang. This might be the year. Andrew Yang, he's not Republican, he's not Democrat, he has his own party. I think it's called the Forward Party or something like that. He has his own party. He's a no nonsense, common sense kind of guy. That's what his policy. That's how his policies will be structured and driven. His platform will be based on just dealing with AI. He's all about universal basic income. He's all about trying to not necessarily re-educate Americans, but prepare Americans for automation, which is already here. This is stuff that Andrew Yang was talking about 2-3 cycles back. So maybe if Sununu and Andrew Yang got together, who knows how that might turn out? We'll see. Jay Swans, moderate Republican with a proven track record and works well with both sides of the aisle. And that's for your man, Sununu. That's what's up. Sister Candace, board planning on behalf of the Democrats will become the nation's emergency or those who belong to that voter group slant. Support the agenda. Yeah. The Democrats have been quiet. Democratic leadership has been able to kind of, keep them in line pretty much. But I mean, there's no one, I don't see anyone in their camp that I could point to right now. Like, yeah, that person should run for the president, the office of the presidency. I just don't see it. Jay Swans, Republicans may throw in the towel in 2024 and focus on rebuilding the brand, move forward, taking Senate and Congress. Possibly, but that's the thing. If you get all those liberals to come out and vote, man, and especially the younger ones, they tend to just vote the ticket. They'll just vote the whole ticket. And, that's when you start getting into, a blue wave versus, remember we were supposed to have that red wave last time. You could kind of have a quiet blue wave come in this election. So the Republicans can't just sit back and throw in the towel. They're going to have to fight it just so they can, hold on to some Senate seats, hold on to some, congressional seats. They want to definitely hold on to those state seats. Remember, all the way down the ticket. Like when you get down to the state level, that's real important. That's real important. So, man, I don't know, but this is going to be cool. I know Jay Swans and I talk about it all the time. He has a lot of people that gives us good insight. And he has one side of the aisle locked down. I have the other side of the aisle locked down. We're just kind of getting this information and trying to make sense of it. But I agree with this program right here. I don't think either one of them should run. That's back to Biden and Trump. I really don't want to see them on the ticket.
I think it's really important that we put all of that together. I mean, I just think in general, though, the weaknesses still remain. And I don't think a lot of people are really grappling with that. Let's put this up there on the screen. Right now, in terms of the positive and the negative, Biden is at 38% to 48% positive negative, which is, of course, better than Trump's of 34 to 53. But in a general election matchup, Biden is at 41% and a quote unquote Republican nominee is at 47%. So the so-called generic Republican, he is losing there pretty significantly. Now, there is no such thing as a generic Republican in the age of Donald Trump. So all of the negativity and the positivity, both base-wise and then general election-wise, is going to stick there with Trump. But it does still show you an opening is there. And also that he's precarious. I mean, look, who the hell knows what's going to happen? Like, we're only a year. We're not even a year out from this thing. We've got 18 months to go. There could be a full-blown recession. We're already in kind of a recession, but we could have a full-blown catastrophe. I mean, let things go south in Ukraine. Same thing. Everybody just wakes up and starts paying attention. Gas goes up to 5. I could say the other case. Unemployment's beginning to drop. Real wages are going. Biden could clean this thing up, even though he's basically a walking corpse. So I don't know.
Or the Trump cases against him, the indictments really weigh him down with the general public. There's a million things that could happen between now and then. But the way the race starts right now, it's basically a jump ball. Whether
and they're right about that. Like, there's definitely going to be some smoke in the city when it comes to the economy. It's messed up, especially if this thing with First Republic gets any worse. If First Republic goes under, that's the name of the bank that brother George Gammon was talking about. Go check him out. Rebel Capitalist, guys. Go check him out. He's giving information that I'm telling you, this guy hasn't missed, bro. I want to say he's like 85% of the time he's on point, and he backs it up with his stats. It looks like First Republic is going to go under, and that was with the government, with the Fed backstop. If that happens, that can trigger another bank run on all these these regional banks, that's going to be great for the big banks. They're going to love it. Like, bring your stuff over here, but it's going to man, I'm telling you, it's a credit crunch that's already started. It's going to make it worse. So under that climate, there's definitely going to be a recession. Some are calling for a depression. They're looking at the numbers. You can see already there's a lot of layoffs. There's a lot going on out there. This thing with commercial real estate, they're saying that this commercial real estate crash could be worse than the 2008 crash. for residential real estate. Commercial, think about that, guys. When you're driving around, when you're going out towards the malls, you're going through these little corporate parks and you see all these signs that they're leasing. Every time, like I go pick up my daughter or whenever I drive through town, you go to like any kind of a strip mall or anything like that, there's nothing but lease signs, for lease. When you drive through there, how many businesses are gone that used to be there? Like, remember, you go to your dry cleaners and there used to be, I don't know, an ice cream shop next to it. And those ice cream shops are gone. They're gone now. You know, there used to be a massage place right there, gone. Think about that. That's going on down here in Florida, big time. Big time. When I go over near the mall, International Mall is like the biggest mall in Tampa. That's like the high-end mall. That place, 100% occupancy is great, but they have all the high-end stores. But right around the corner, all of the smaller stores and like the little strip malls that are around the mall, they're, man, empty. There's like a secondary mall, like the regular people's mall, like just 2 blocks away. You walk through that thing, man, it's like walking through a movie set. It's like it's nothing but open spaces. So it's really difficult. People aren't getting people are having a hard time getting their leases renewed. Why? Because the owners of these buildings are dealing with their credit crunch. They're dealing with the rates have reset. The Fed rates have gone up. So it's all kind of problems, guys. It's all kind of problems. So let's see, brother Jay Swans. Don't forget, brother, no one saw Obama coming and he ran the table. Facts. Brother Noble's in the house. What's good? The world class. What's up, bro? Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. We're over here talking a little bit of politics. I got another 10 minutes or so before I got to run. Literally got to run and take my daughter to this show so she could perform. I'm so excited. Can y'all tell I'm a proud dad to watch my daughter play the trombone? So proud. But I don't want to see Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Getting back to your original statement, I don't personally want to see either one of those dudes on the top of the ticket. And that's pretty much what they're talking about here. We'll finish out this and then we'll wrap up.
It's Trump or DeSantis as the nominee. It's basically a jump ball. The other thing, and we're going to get into more of the Republican stuff in just a minute, but, you know, DeSantis is very untested. With Trump, we know what it's going to look like, right? He's going to inspire a lot of hatred. He's going to inspire a lot of loyalty. He's going to drive up turnout massively. And it's going to be a game of who is more enthusiastic, the people who love Trump and come out to vote for him, the people who despise Trump and come out to vote against him. It is
facts. She ain't never lied about that. That's what Trump does. I mean, he is the troll in chief. You feel me? Like that's what he does. He's excellent at it. He's going to do it. He's not presidential in no way, shape, or form. He doesn't care about the issues. He doesn't care about policies. He just does his own thing. The elephant in the China shop, bro. He just does his own thing. Now, like I said before, what does that mean? That means that on the other side, the people who just can't stand that guy are going to come out in droves. And like I said, the Democrats are organized. They're going to go out there. They're going to register young people. They're going to get people riled up, say, point to that guy. You better go vote. Otherwise, if you don't vote, he's going to be president. And all these young people are going to just go out and vote because it's cool or whatever. Every clan, from the hip hop world to the LGBTQ, everyone's going to come together and just form this giant, woke liberal Voltron and go out there and vote. As they should. It's like, all right, we don't want this dude. All right, it's cool. And it's going to show that people can't come together for they'll come together so they can fight a common foe, quote unquote. And then the other side of that, the conservative side, they're just not even organized. They're going to be fighting amongst each other. They're not going to be happy. Trump is going to be making enemies on his own side instead of bringing unity to the camp. He's just going to be stoking the Proud Boys and the white supremacists and the KKK and all the rest. That's what's going to be in the news. And that's what makes the Republican Party look so bad. You got people like me, like, bro, I can't come to your rally. Like, look who you got at the front door, man. That's a Klansman, and that other dude next to him is Proud Boys. I'm not coming in there. It's gonna be drama. You know what I mean? It's going to be drama. So you can't even come together on the issues as a conservative, as a Republican under Trump. So I don't see Trump beating Biden. He lost the last time and he'll lose again. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Last good man in Jersey's in the house. What's good, fam? I just wanted to jump in here real quick and do a quick show. I got like 10 minutes and then I'm going to have to run. But let's finish. I want to hear what Crystal has to say. Let's finish this up.
It's not going to be, love and enthusiasm for Joe Biden, because that just hasn't been what he's ever brought really to the table. But, there's this assumption, I think, that Ron DeSantis would be a stronger general election candidate for the Republicans. Right now, the polls, that is what they reflect. But that's before DeSantis has been under consistent national scrutiny. And I am skeptical that he is actually the more electable.
I don't know.
Let me just say that.
It's one of the, look, I don't know. I do think, look, we have to be honest, which is Trump turned off, remember that district in Nebraska? It was like Nebraska 2, where they have their own electoral vote, where it was like Biden plus whatever, 10, but generic Republican actually, or the Republican congressman actually won. There are a lot of people in this country, specifically like upper middle class or middle class suburbanites, who really, really hate Trump.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are women. And I think that some of those people, I'm not going to say they're going to hate Ron DeSantis, but they're probably more likely to support him. So from that perspective, like, he doesn't turn people off as much. Now, the question, though, is, are you going to drive turnout up the way that Trump did?
Right.
That, I don't know. I mean, do you see the Hispanic revolution nationwide?
Hey, my brother Jay Swan's trying to start a fight, man. I got something for you, Leg. Talking about when am I going to rock that Blacks for Trump t-shirt. I'll rock it as soon as you let me borrow yours, Leg. Over here acting like a damn cherry. I see you acting like a daggone cherry. But you do have a good point here, though. Brother Jay Swans is saying whichever party finds a viable moderate candidate first will win the White House. Only problem is a moderate candidate will not follow the party's extremist agenda, which will be good for America. I believe that. That's a good statement, bro. For real. I gotta give you a shout out for that one right there. And then Sister Candace, voting against someone is still a vote for the other candidate. Kamala Harris will be the 47th president of the United States. Think about that. Now they got to remove her. I think even if Biden does run, she won't be on the bottom of the, his running mate. I really don't see them letting her do that. She is just so unlikable, but that could happen. So, we're gonna have to leave it there. I didn't even get a chance to let me put this in the chat, guys. If you want to go and watch this yourself, you can go watch it. It's only 7 minutes long, and this is from Breaking Point. Check that out. And look at that. Leah Neveau was like, yeah, I don't want her as president either. Last good man in Jersey. Don't sleep on Trump. People thought he'd lose before, and he won. If it weren't for COVID and his misbelief that people would still show up at the polls, he'd have won the last time. I just think there's more people out there that can't stand him. On both sides. There's a lot of Republicans that just can't stand Trump, bro. That whole Trump thing, the Trump wagon, man, that fizzled out, bro. He's down to like that 25-30% of those extremely loyalists, like extreme loyalists. So I don't know. And I'm gonna have to give Sister Candace the comment of the show. I got to get that to you, sister. You scared me with this one right here, talking about Kamala Harris will be the 47th president. Think about that. I got to give you a Don Marco on that one. I would have gave it to Jay Swans, but then he was over there talking about the Blacks for Trump t-shirt. So whatever, man. that's my dude. We're going to have to fight over that. Next time we see each other, we're going to have to throw their hands. And he's like 3 times my size, but it's going to be whatever. I ain't never scared. It's going to be David and Goliath. And guess what? I'm bringing my slingshot. So we're going to have to leave it there. I got to run, guys. I got to get my baby to school so she can, the band got to be there all extra early and stuff just to sit around and do nothing. But we're about to leave. I'm going to leave it there. I will definitely be bringing up this conversation some more as the week continues and into next week as well. I'm going to try to get Jay Swans to come up again. Tomorrow, Jay Swans and I will be right here, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about Picard Season 3. So you're going to get to hear some good old-fashioned science fiction talk from 2 old warriors, 2 old paratroopers. Going to be sitting here giving y'all our thoughts on Picard. I hope y'all can make it. Sister Candace, I say Kamala will be in office because I'm not sure Biden will still be with us, if you catch my drift. Absolutely. That's why they're going to replace the bottom of the ticket. They know that. I don't believe he'll make it through a second term either. I'm right with you. And the powers that be realize that too. She's not popular, so I'm pretty sure that he'll have a different running mate. That is for sure. So sorry I had to be so quick, man. Just in and out, whatever, trying to make it happen. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Thank you so very much. I really got to run. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Y'all know what it is. I'm DL Saint. This is the Downrange Podcast, y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all later. You know what it is. I'm out of here. Peace. Oops. I got to have my signature sign off. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.
We need somebody to run for president. Not Trump or Biden.